recording. Here we go.
One thing to keep in mind with all of the healthier looking stuff these days, especially at places like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods Market, it's not like a salad bar, but I guess it's like a soup bar where you have all these different prepared foods that you would, portion out into a container and buy by the pound. Expect those to be pounded with multiple sources of unbound glutamic acid. And the same thing with what's behind the deli, Very few people know about this chemical, and they're most inclined to confuse it at first hearing with gluten and gluten-free, and that's a shame.
Yeah, because it simply sounds the same.
Yeah, exactly. And so it keeps people from getting off, to a good start and getting a sense. And, for instance, I once saw a package of ham that said, this is a gluten-free food. But it was just a package of ham in a clear plastic package. It said, this is a gluten-free food, and then in the broth, listed the ingredients, it had hydrolyzed soy protein. So there's a powerful source of glutamate right next to where it says this is a gluten-free food. So gluten-free, just to know, nothing to do with this. If you tell your relatives about this, they will confuse it with gluten as well. It seems as if most everyone does, at least.
Well, gluten and glutamate is not the same chemical.
Totally different, yeah.
They're not even the same ballpark, not even the same game.
And not even the same thing. Now, as it turns out, wheat does have more unbound glutamate in it than most other foods. But still, that's not a reason to confuse it the way they're trying to confuse people. So.
All right.
Okay, so what to watch out for at the delis and with the food that you're buying on the spot. So we know what's in the donuts now without having to look at them. There's going to be malted barley flour and bread, most likely.
Definitely.
And, who knows, they might be putting aspartame. I don't know. I'm not saying I know.
It wouldn't surprise me, but this is Walmart.
I think I've tasted aspartame in Tim Horton donuts. And it was of course, it turns to formaldehyde at a certain temperature. Gotta watch out.
Formaldehyde.
Terrible, yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
I could taste the formaldehyde.
Oh, definitely. Wow, formaldehyde, great. I'll have to, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to avoid certain types of vegetables that can be sprayed sometimes with a kind of wax that will have some glutamate on it as well, Better to just go with an organic variety with no mess of any kind. It's more. So, there's a guessing game, Oftentimes, restaurants will spray monosodium glutamate mixed with water onto the salads, directly onto the salads to make the salad taste better than it normally would.
So MSG is literally a flavoring, an additive used for flavoring.
Right, and in most of your sauces, prepared sauces, prepared mixes, like, the usual shake and bake and stuff.
Right.
You're going to find a whole lot of it. I mean, we didn't really see some of the worst examples, and I think that would be where you've got the stuff that you mix with your meal while you're cooking it to make it yummy each and every time, and that's where the big problem is. Like I said, people who eat this stuff all the time are having some real trouble. It's one of the reasons why we see so many people down in these wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs, and so many people who are pulling their leg around like this. I had that happen to me when I was eating processed food.
Yeah, you see them around quite a bit. The old ladies with their thighs out to here rolling around the electric wheelchairs, and they're really, really hard to get around these 2-inch wide Family Dollar aisles. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you mentioned that because weight storage and weight gain. Very problematic part of consuming unbound glutamic acid and aspartame as well. Not to mention, rats are injected with monosodium glutamate to make them become diabetic so they can be studied as diabetic mice. You see a picture of them, they're all displayed out. We're starting to look like that. Why are we so obese? We had all the animal fats and all the butter and all the starches back in the 50s, and we were not in the kind of condition we're in now. We're suffering physically, and we're suffering neurologically as well. I know I've suffered in both ways.
I can't say that I haven't myself.
Yeah, we all have trouble with this. And,
Yeah.
The better your food is, the better you're going to feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen.